What up, people? Pushing Ball Black here, and it is Thursday, so I'm a day later than I thought I was going to be with the part two for this. But wind tunnels suck, and every time I tried to record something, it was really bad, or the traffic was really bad. So hopefully, it's windy now, but hopefully it won't be as bad at recording. But yeah, what I wanted to bring up with the second part of this was. This was a perfect example of inclusion if he didn't have to fight for the right to do this. And we always talk about inclusion when it comes to disability, and especially in schools and stuff like that. It's usually they want to inclusion is like we're gonna change the ceremony, or we're going to change the situation, and we're going to fundamentally alter the situation to include you, or you're kind of off in the middle, or you're kind of off to the side a little bit. Where with this, it seemed like the school was really supportive. One of the things that I want to bring up with when we start, because it's graduation season, so we're probably going to see a lot more of these in local spaces when we do criticisms about media and disabled people, like just like with the prom type of stuff. I don't want this young man's choice of wanting to walk across the stage, as limited as it was, because it seemed like it took a lot of effort for him to do this. I don't want his choice to become an issue, as far as like, well, he's still chasing normacy, and because like I struggle with that, because it's like, okay, I'm chasing normacy to a point, but I can get into that like separately. I only got like 7 minutes to record here, but as I took a couple times to do this and a couple times to record this, chasing normacy to me was being on the stage, because like in my situation, it was never about just walking across the stage. It was about, I want to be on the stage like everybody else, and those were that stage in the video was a separate stage. It was outside graduation, and it was and I'm gonna have the video, if I can find it. I'm gonna have the link to the video in the description. So it was on the outside. It was a partial stage. It was a temporary stage, rather. It had no lifts. They didn't have any elevators or anything. They didn't have any ramps. So, the whole point was, I want to go on the stage like everybody else. I don't want to just be at the bottom and, them alter the graduation for me, so I have a different experience. I want this same experience. That's what normal should be, or is to me. I want to be able to have the same experiences as my able-bodied counterparts when we're doing the same thing. When we're doing like this, the exact same thing. So I don't want his choice to want to, because you're gonna get these type of things, and you're probably gonna get these type of things forever, just because we're in a society now where we have to share everything, and everything has to be on video, and we all have smartphones now. I know 7-year-olds with smartphones. It's weird. So that's just something that we as disabled people have to deal with. It has kind of, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because we talk about it and because we criticize it, it has brought a lot of people together that otherwise wouldn't be together, because we have Facebook groups and Twitter things and all this other stuff. So it's cool in that part, because we can all just checking the time here. We can all explain and compare, I guess, war stories, because we've all had situations where quote unquote regular things or normal things um, were made bigger deals because we were disabled. So, but I don't want his choice to want to walk across the stage become a thing of, well, he's not accepting himself and he's chasing normacy and he's chasing the idea of what normal is. And it's like, well, not necessarily on a physical from a standpoint, but from a, I want to be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to walk across the stage on the stage, it's discrimination. And in college, they have lifts so you can do that. You know what I'm saying? And they weren't going to lift, I don't think they were going to take 2 or 3 guys to lift, a wheelchair up on a temporary stage when it was easier for 1, maybe 2 people to help him, you know, walk across the stage and get his diploma. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I personally think his reasoning was. But then again, I don't know. Because it takes a while. Sometimes we get not forced. Let me choose my words carefully here. Sometimes we, as far as like self-acceptance when it comes to disability, we all, like, at some point you have to come to the realization that going to physical therapy, going to rehab, doing all these things that, where I'm going to be to a certain point physically, I'm going to walk an assistant and all these things. Sometimes you get to the point where that stops, where you're like, all right, I'm not going to chase that anymore. And I think that it's, that's when true self-acceptance is. When you understand that your situation might not, wait for the podcast, your situation might not change. There will be no cure for you. There will be no cure for you. There will be no treatment for you. Your situation will not get any better. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but this is how your life is going to be, and this is what it is. So it takes a minute for that to happen. And maybe he's still, trying to walk as much as he can, or maybe it is a walking thing. But let him come to that conclusion himself before we cross judgment. So, but anyway, it's about 8 minutes. It's probably going to stop at this point. So, Pushing Wall Black out. Later. I'm not mad about the video. I actually like it. I think it's cool. Later.